Hey everybody, it's Nate here with Goalie. If you don't already know us, our mission is to build tech tools for families with neurodiverse children. A lot of our families depend on Medicaid waivers to get the help and services that they need. This video is part of a series where we research these programs state by state and explain them to you jargon-free. Our goal is to help families like yours navigate this difficult process and get the help and coverage that you need. Hey everybody, it's Nate here with Goalie. Welcome to our state-by-state Medicaid waiver series where we go through all 50 states and talk about the Medicaid waiver process in all of them. Today we're going to be talking about the first state to join the union. I'm talking the state of Delaware. I'm doing a lot of hand stuff right now. I'm not really sure why. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Okay, first of all, where am I right now? I'm currently on Goalie's forum page. To get here, you're going to type in forum.goalie.co. Once you do, you'll see this webpage right in front of your screen. On this forum, we talk about all different kinds of things. There's a place to introduce yourself, some parenting and life advice, some Goalie tips, some tech support. But today, as promised earlier, we are talking government waivers. Specifically, we're talking about the Medicaid waiver process in the state of Delaware. All right. So in this video, we're going to be focusing on two main waivers. The first waiver we're talking about is the Developmental Disability Service Lifespan Waiver, also known as DDS. So what are the criteria of who can apply? Based on circumstance and diagnosis, children and adults who are older than the age of 12 who are diagnosed with either an intellectual and or developmental disability, which does include a diagnosis of autism, can apply for this waiver. Delaware requires that individuals meet and need an intermediate level of care. There is a technical definition of what intermediate level of care means, but generally what it means is that an individual needs some help and support getting through everyday activities. This is typically the category that most Goalie families fall under, which is why we're focusing on this level of care and waivers for this level of care in these videos. If you want to see a little bit more information, check out the DDS eligibility criteria, and that will dive into a little bit more of the eligibility requirements of these waivers. All right. So what are the income requirements? So luckily, income eligibility is based entirely on the child in this case, or the individual applying in most cases, not parental income. So this just means that your child should be financially able as long as they earn less than $2,313 a month, which I'm guessing, unless your child has a really, really profitable lemonade stand or something else going on, you should be eligible and be able to qualify based on income. All right, what do I actually get with this waiver? So the full list of services is provided right here on our forum post. But as you can see, assistive technology is covered, which is really good because that's exactly what Goalie is. So you can use this waiver to get a lot of things potentially covered, but one of those is assistive technology, which is always a good thing because you can get your Goalie potentially covered with this government waiver. All right, how do you actually apply? So we'll get into a little bit later when we talk about the Delaware Medicaid process and what the Goalie team thinks, but it's actually quite hard to navigate these websites. The thing that we recommend best is to call the Developmental Disability Service at this number right here, 1-866-552-5758. They'll be able to walk you through the process, and a lot of their information isn't online and easily accessible over the web, so give them a call if that's your best bet of trying to apply for this waiver. All right. The second waiver we're talking about today is the Children's Community Alternative Disability Program, also known as a TARFA waiver. All right, who can apply for this waiver? So any child under the age of 19 who was diagnosed with any type of disability can apply for this waiver. Delaware requires that individuals meet and need an intermediate level of care, but it also is, TARFA waivers are made for all populations, as you can see with the words any type of disability. So this also applies for if your child is at risk of being in a nursing home facility or even being hospitalized and institutionalized, you can also apply for a TARFA waiver. TARFA waivers are supposed to be a general expansion of Medicaid. We'll get a little bit into the details later, but essentially everyone who can really apply for this waiver based on circumstance and diagnosis, as long as you're under the age of 19. All right, so what are the income requirements? So just like the earlier waiver, it's based on child income, and the limit is $2,313 a month. Okay, what do I actually get? So as I kind of mentioned earlier, TARFA waivers really allow families with higher incomes that don't typically qualify for Medicaid to qualify, and it waives some of the income requirements. It essentially means in terms of coverage, what you will receive is whatever you would typically receive on Delaware state Medicaid. So that includes things like dental care, emergency and non-emergency transportation, inpatient and outpatient medical equipment, occupational therapy, et cetera, et cetera. So it really is just an expansion of Delaware Medicaid to families that wouldn't typically qualify because they have an added expense of having a child or someone that they're caring for who requires additional services and additional medical attention. All right. So again, how do you apply for this? So the way that you're going to do that is to contact your local long-term care Medicaid program at the bottom of the page to get more information and application materials. So again, that is hyperlinked right here. Click on that resource and get in touch with them, and they'll be able to walk through the process in a really, really helpful way. All right, so what does the goalie team actually think? So like I kind of hinted at earlier, finding actual information about these waivers on Delaware's website is hard. It's not really clear, it's not right there, which is why we really recommend you clicking on these hyperlinks, because we've done some of that work for you to make it a little bit easier. But it seems to be that the Developmental Disability Services offers a wider range of services than just waivers, so that they want you to call your local community service office. We recommend that you give them a call just to get a better understanding of the available services. Delaware is also pretty awesome in the way that it doesn't really have a wait list for services. While it seems like every state should not be having a long wait list, that's unfortunately not the case. Most states in the country have long wait lists, sometimes ranging up to 10 years, 15 years. So the fact that Delaware does not have a wait list is actually a really, really good thing. All right, let's go on to our goalie waiver scorecard. So in terms of website clarity and ease navigation, we gave this a 1 out of 5. We've talked about it before, but website really difficult to navigate. Information's not there. The best way is really to call. So we recommend that you calling all of these hyperlinks that we provide here. Helpful numbers that can, if they can't provide the answer themselves, they can at least direct you in the right direction. Better than their website can, for sure. All right, so what are the access and requirements of qualification? So we gave that actually a 5 out of 5. The reason is because these waivers waive income, there's no wait list, and they seem accessible to most. If you have different experience doing Delaware's Medicaid process and you think that this score is much more generous than it deserves to be, please let us know. But based on our understanding, Delaware was pretty good about allowing people to get onto these waivers. In terms of actual healthcare coverage, we gave this a 4 out of 5, and the reason is they have a good general tariff waiver that just expands Medicaid coverage, but also a more specific waiver. We'd like to see that waiver cover people that are under the age of 12 as well, but hence the 4 out of 5 versus 5 out of 5. So we do hope you found this video really helpful, but know there are a lot of great places already out there. So we decided to attach a bunch of, or 3 hyperlinks with helpful resources and helpful websites that you should check out. A lot more helpful than Delaware's Medicaid page online. So definitely check these out. They're great resources. They all do different things that can help you in different ways. And lastly, here's a telephone resource. It's the contact from the Developmental Disability Services, another hyperlink with a phone number and a contact list that you should absolutely feel free to reach out to and seek help from. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you found this video to be helpful.
If you've gone through this process yourself and can add any color to our research, please share your experience in our forum. Your help would be greatly appreciated by families who are new to this. If you're just getting started yourself, don't worry. We're here to help. If you have any questions, ask them in our forum and we'll do our best we can to support you. And lastly, if you found this video helpful, let us know. Drop a like or leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you.